A living, breathing ribbon of life is stretching across an entire continent. It is not made of stone or steel. It is made of trees, gardens, and hope. This is the Great Green Wall, an 8,000-kilometer dream taking root from Senegal on the Atlantic coast all the way to Djibouti on the Red Sea. It is one of the most ambitious projects of our time, a new wonder of the world being built not by kings, but by communities. To understand this wall, you first have to meet its opponent, the Sahara. This isn't just a quiet sea of sand. It is a relentless, expanding force, a living threat. For decades, the desert has been moving south. It swallows fertile land, villages, and futures. Every year, an area the size of South Korea is lost. The Harmattan, a dry and dusty wind, acts as its messenger, carrying the desert's advance on its breath. Now, zoom in. Forget the giant map of Africa. Picture a single village in the region called the Sahel. The earth here is cracked like a shattered mirror. You can see the ghostly outline of where a river once flowed. The bustling market is silent now. An elder remembers when this land was green. She remembers the shade of the trees and the taste of the fruit. Her children had to leave. They went to the cities, searching for work that the land could no longer give. This is the human story of desertification. It's not just about sand. It is about empty homes. It is about lost traditions and families forced apart. A slow-motion crisis felt one harvest at a time. The first idea to fight back seemed so simple, so logical. Plant a massive, unbroken line of trees right across Africa, a wall of green to hold back the sand. On paper, it was a heroic vision. Except, that's not what happened. The plan had a huge flaw. A single, unbroken line of one type of tree is not a forest. It is a fragile barrier. It is weak against pests and disease. It would be like building a defensive wall where all the soldiers are identical twins. A single weakness could bring the whole thing down. The real solution was not a new invention. It was a rediscovery. People began looking to the past, to ancient farming techniques that had worked for centuries. They found their answer in a tree called the Phaedherbia albida. Many call it the miracle tree. So people turned to a different kind of wisdom. They looked to the past. They found ancient farming methods, passed down for generations, that worked with the land, not against it. This is where the real genius begins. Instead of fighting the desert, they decided to invite life back into it, one small patch at a time. This wasn't about brute force. It was about listening to the earth. Let's zoom in on one of these ideas. In Burkina Faso, farmers face land that is baked hard as rock. So they use a technique called zai pits. They dig thousands of small pits, each about 20 to 30 centimeters wide, into the barren ground. It looks impossible. Into each tiny pit, they add compost and manure. They do this during the dry season, preparing the ground. Each pit becomes a little pocket of life, a promise waiting for a single drop of rain. They are planting a future in the dust. When the rains finally arrive, something magical happens. Instead of the water washing away over the hard surface, it collects in these pits. The seeds inside, surrounded by nutrients, have everything they need. They explode with life, and green shoots appear where there was only bare earth. Now, zoom out. The Great Green Wall isn't just one thing. It's a mosaic made of thousands of these local solutions. The zai pits are one piece. In other areas, you see crescent-shaped trenches called demi-lunes curving across the landscape. Each one of these little dams catches precious rainwater, stopping it from running away. They create small wet patches where plants can grow. The wall is a portfolio of these smart, simple ideas, each one perfectly suited to its specific place. And this is where the story reveals its true purpose. The Great Green Wall isn't really about stopping the desert. That's just a side effect. It's something much, much bigger. Its real goal is to create a new, sustainable economy for millions of people. It's about food security. It's about creating jobs. It's about giving families a reason to stay, to build a life on land that was once considered worthless. This project is growing food, providing clean water, and building climate resilience from the ground up. It's a revolution powered by trees, ancient wisdom, and the unbreakable spirit of the people who call this land home. The revived trees and plants create an incredible chain reaction. They do more than just hold the soil in place. They change the very way water moves across the land. The new vegetation acts like a giant, living sponge. It catches the rain. It slows the water down, stopping it from just running off the hard, baked earth. This simple act is revolutionary. Instead of evaporating or causing floods, the rainwater now has time to sink. It soaks deep into the ground. This process recharges the underground water tables, the natural reservoirs called aquifers. For the first time in decades, the land is drinking again. The result is almost miraculous. Wells that have been dry for a whole generation begin to fill. Water returns to villages, and with the water, other life follows. Small animals and birds, unseen for years, reappear. The quiet hum of a healing ecosystem returns. This incredible story from Africa teaches a powerful lesson for the entire world. It shows us that the most effective solutions to our biggest climate challenges are not always the most high-tech. They don't have to be complicated machines or ideas imposed from the outside. Instead, the Great Green Wall proves that the best answers often come from the people who know the land best. They are rooted in local knowledge and ancient wisdom. This is a blueprint. It is a model of hope that can be shared and adapted anywhere on Earth. But we must be honest. This is an immense struggle. The journey is far from over. The Great Green Wall is only about 15 to 20% complete. It is a massive undertaking stretching across an entire continent. The project faces enormous hurdles every day. Some regions deal with political instability. Consistent funding is a constant challenge. The sheer daunting scale of the task can feel overwhelming. But this is not a sign of failure. It is a testament to human resilience. In its grand ambition, the Great Green Wall redefines what a wall can even be. Usually, we think of a wall as a structure of division. It is something built to separate, to exclude, to keep people apart. This wall does the exact opposite. It is a living structure of connection, of growth, and of life. It is a symbol that joins communities, ecosystems, and nations in a shared, hopeful purpose. It is a living testament to the power of working with nature. It is a promise written across 8,000 kilometers of land. A promise that a future of abundance can be grown from the ground up. One tree, one community, one restored acre at a time, creating a legacy not just for Africa, but for all of us. The Great Green Wall is no longer just Africa's story. It has become a blueprint, a guide for a world waking up to a changing climate. The reason is simple. It proves that the best climate solutions don't come from top-down plans. They come from listening to the land and empowering the people who live on it. Picture a farmer in Senegal. For years, she watched her land turn to dust. Her children were hungry. The future felt empty and dry. Then, she learned the old ways again. She dug the half-moon pits we talked about. She planted acacia trees alongside her crops. The trees gave shade. Their roots held the water. Soon, her garden was producing vegetables she could sell at the market. With the money, she sent her daughter to school. Hope was growing again, right from the restored soil. But this journey is not over. It is a long, hard road. The wall faces huge hurdles. Political instability in some regions slows progress. Consistent funding is a constant battle. And the scale of the challenge is massive. We are talking about restoring 100 million hectares of land. That's an area twice the size of Spain. The desert does not give up its territory easily. Yet, something incredible is happening. The idea is spreading faster than the desert. It moves from village to village, carried by word of mouth. It is fueled by human will, not just by money. The final vision is breathtaking. An 8,000-kilometer-long mosaic of life. A corridor of green and vibrant communities, where birds sing, children play, and the land provides for its people. The Great Green Wall teaches us the most important lesson of all, that the biggest problems on Earth can be solved by millions of small, hopeful actions. It is not a wall to keep nature out. It is a welcome mat, inviting life back in.